Hello?
Joe.
Yeah, who is this?
Danny D'Angelo. I got your phone number from a former tenant at the Laundromat there, Jim Kim, Baltimore.
Yes, yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So look, my intrigue is in space typically like this. I'm always looking for more locations to build out stores. I've been in the laundromat business for 15 years. I'm an operator. I run the stores. I'm not a broker. I don't look to sell them to another guy who's not going to pay the rent. You know, I'm looking for 15-year terms. I put new equipment in every 7 years and make that rent on time. That's what's important to you. You know, I mean, I could go on and on about how we run our stores. We just hope to serve the customer.
This place, Danny, is typically, I mean, I'm sure Kim told you, is suitable for what you just said, owner-operator, not somebody who doesn't know how to handle the customer.
Right.
You know,
well, we're on the same page. You know, I talked to Joe very briefly, and he was kind enough to provide your number. I don't deal with operators. I'm not going to buy the place. I don't want to buy his old equipment. You know, I paint the place, the hospital white. I operate 24/7. We use Alexa these days to deal with the customers. It's kind of crazy, but you have to move with the technology. You can't just run the store without attendance. I get all of that. You know, 3 change machines, 24/7 operation. It's a good business. Now, talk about this. I can't make you rich with the rent. It's still a laundromat. I still have to spend $300,000 on equipment. So my 2 questions are very simple. What's the exact square footage, and what do you need to collect over the next 15 years?
It's 2,400 square feet, give and take. It should be maybe slightly more, but it's 2,400 base. And their rent, I can show you the proof of the stuff if you. I mean, I'm not trying to make it. I'm a little guy. I'm not a tycoon in real estate. I'm an owner operator myself. Next to you, I have a flooring company that I've been
in and out all day.
Yeah, I've been basically working on my own for 36 years. You know, and I'm a hands-on guy for our jobs. But Kim and them, they were paying slightly when they were doing good business. They were paying over. They should be paying me 44 something, but that's beside the point. The point is, for past 3 years, they've been paying 3802, and that's including the triple net.
Okay, I heard your answer, and here's the thing, Joe. We can do business for 15 years. My MO is fairly simple. I want to break down your answer first.
Okay.
You're an operator of an entirely different industry, the flooring company. My father was a contractor, a handyman. I grew up since I'm 14 years old swinging a hammer, so trust me, I feel your pain and also your profit.
Yes.
Your business, you might as well be on the moon and I'm on Mars. Completely different. Yes. You understand that.
Yes.
In order for me to succeed, I need to be at $1 a square foot to begin with. I need rent abatement up front. Now these are the ifs. If you want to vanilla that space and pull all of that equipment out and cut the copper down to the floor.
Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about him. He will remove his equipment. Yes, I don't want it. It's junk. It didn't earn him a profit. If you want to vanilla the space and turn it into a gray shell and hope for AT&T Wireless or an optometrist to come in or a pizza shop, I don't blame you, but you'll be spending money. With us, you don't have to spend money. I can write you a letter of intent.
Let me understand what you want me to do. Okay, as far as when Kim takes his equipment, do you want to refigure the place? That's what you're saying? Or you're going to use the same gas lines and plumbing?
Of course. I'm going to come in and plug in new equipment. I'm only calling you because of the gas, water, and electric that's already there. Mr. Kim cannot harm that infrastructure. He can't start cutting copper out of the walls or having his people do so, or we're no longer interested. I'll write an LOI to that.
No. He cannot do that because I told him if you are planning to to bring a laundry.
We understand each other. He can't do that. So
yes.
my intrigue and my interest in that space ends the moment that he or his hired help starts to cut the copper out of the walls. I'll send you an LOI. Now let's backtrack. The most important thing here, we can talk about what rent abatement I need, what we are willing to do. This is going to be a bright, shiny, beautiful, brand new laundromat for the length of my lease for those 15 years. But my rent has to be commensurate. You mentioned what he was paying at the height of his glory. Great. He didn't retool. He didn't do anything right. He didn't spend $3,000 on bearing jobs on those machines. I've been watching this store for a year. Now's the time to talk. He's not renovating. He's done. We need to be at $2,400 a square foot to start with appropriate rent increases. Why? Because, Joe, it's a laundromat. And the difference with me, I can't give you $3,800 a month because I've got $4,000 or $5,000 a month in debt service. Brand new equipment. Period. End of story. Should I keep talking?
No, I have a question. Okay, the rent, if you want to pay $1 a foot, but what about the taxes and stuff? I mean, because there's
that's a gross rate. That's a gross rate. You tell me what the triple net is. I'll take care of my portion per square footage. No problem.
I mean, the tax. Of course you pay.
I'll pay my portion of tax. Of course, I pay water, gas, electric. Man, I'd love to have a laundromat where the landlord pays the water bill. But Jesus Christ, Joe, that's not real. That's not real.
I understand, but what I'm trying to tell you, the taxes.
I will pay my portion of the taxes on top of it, of course.
The maintenance and
triple net, brother. Whatever it is, I can't change it. If you've got snow removal fees, we pay our portion.
Okay. All right. So we can. So you know the place. You say you've been watching it.
Correct.
Do you know the place?
We were last in there weeks ago. Yes.
You were there weeks ago. You were with what's his name? That guy, other guy. Trying to understand. Are you associated with Clark's camera?
No. I'm not a broker.
Are you associated with him?
I'm not a distributor. No, I've never heard that name. No.
I'm sorry?
No, I am not. Not a broker or a distributor. I don't flip laundromats. No. I intend to
No, I know, but do you know Cameron Clark's?
I've heard the name. I'm not associated or affiliated with it. No.
Okay.
You know what they do? You know what they do? You know what they do? They sign leases, they fill stores with equipment, and then they sublease them to some poor dumb son of a bitch that doesn't know what they're doing. I don't do that.
No, I understand, but what I'm trying to say, why don't we meet face to face? Because I'm a face to face guy.
I love it. Perfect. Here's the thing. I'm a face to face guy too. We'll meet and sign the lease and talk about it. I'm going to send you a letter of intent. I need to make sure. No offense. Certainly no offense. Okay. Having done this for 15 years, I need to ask 2 more questions so that I can send you a letter of intent.
I can send you my email if that would help you.
Okay. What type of rent abatement are you offering me on a 15-year term?
I mean, really, I can see, as I told you, I'm a little guy. I have to pay for this stuff. On top of that, I swear I could do that. I did it for Kim. But my wife is a cancer patient, and I'm paying a lot of medical bills.
I'm sorry to hear that. God bless.
Yeah, I can maybe do 2 months, because I have to pay the mortgage.
So it's gonna. I'm not after. Sure. I understand. Can you do 6 months of abatement?
Put everything in writing. I talk to my wife and.
Good. All right. Let me do that. All right. That's answered.
Yeah.
You already said you've got personal issues. God bless. I want you to do well. I'm going to write a letter of intent. What email address do I send it to?
I can send you my email if that one is. It would be easier for you. If not, I can send you the address for the property.
What's your email address?
I probably text it to you. Is
Fantastic.
This a cell phone?
Yes, it is.
A cell phone? Okay. All right, Danny.
Joe, I appreciate you. Spell your last name for me.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Joe. My name's Danny D'Angelo. My partners are Mr. Ballard and Mr. Thompson. We intend to become the operators. Send me your email address, and we'll get you an LOI.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So what I notice most about that call, when I put a question to someone like him and I say, what is your rate of rent? Did you notice how he took 5 minutes to answer instead of just spitting the shit out?
Yeah.
Also, we just went from $4,400 a month to $2,400 a month, and that won't come for 6 months.
Right. Basically, what I got from that is like he was trying to highball it. If you're so stuck in your ways of paying $4,800 a month, and you know it's so important for you to do that, you wouldn't jump dramatically to decrease it to $2,400 a month. So I ain't pick up
the initial contact during the first phone call is where you need to set a precedent and set a standard. I like the guy. His wife has cancer. He's very mom and pop. He wants to shake hands. Well, no offense. I don't have time to come and meet you if this isn't going to be a deal. And that's the way we talk.